Yeah. See, so as of now, some of the questions I have asked. Is my screen is visible to everyone? I hope it is visible. Just for confirmation, I am asking you. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Visible, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So among all the questions, one of the question is RES subdirectory contains how many drawable files? So, so some of the students are responded like the count is 5. See here. So RES subdirectory contains totally 5 drawable files. One is drawable HDPI, drawable LDPI, MDPI, XHDPI and XXHDPI. So RES contains totally 5 drawable files. Okay, so what are the questions I have asked till now? So those are the interview questions. Okay, so if you keep Android platform in your resume, that particular HR is going to ask these and all. Okay, particular HR is going to ask these are the sample questions regarding Android. Okay, for example, if you by mistakenly close XML file or Java file here, where you are going to search within the subdirectories means XML file is available at layout subdirectory. Okay, XML file is available at layout subdirectory. At the same time, Java file is available at SRC. See, Java file is available at SRC. Okay, so within this particular package, Java file is available. See, I have already asked what are the default names for XML and Java. Okay, don't change this particular default names. Why? Because those and all default. Okay. See, still some of the students are joining. Okay, so what is the default name for XML means activity underscore main. See here. At the top you can see the default names. Activity underscore main. Don't say activity main. Okay. It is not a activity main. You don't say activity main. It is a activity underscore main. Okay. But for Java default name it doesn't has any underscore. Simply you can say main activity dot Java. Okay, so frequently if you use these two words automatically you can remember, no need to by heart those two names, activity underscore main, at the same time main activity dot Java. Okay, so if you want to work with any Android application, XML and Java, those two files plays a very important role. Okay, so within the previous session I have only shown how to set a background image. Okay, so in previous session I have shown only I just shown only the background image setting, at the same time how to give a watermark. Okay, how to give a watermark. Watermark is nothing but just like a hint for customer. Okay, just like a hint for a customer. So I have shown only these two. Right, so today what I am going to do is, so Disha has this application has number of subdirectories. Okay, so before going to continue the next session I am going to ask one more question to all the students. Okay, so now I am going to create another new Android application. Okay, my Eclipse platform has already one application that is called Disha. Okay, it is already has one application. Now I am going to create another new Android application. Okay, so now my question is, for that application also package explorer will exist, will it is going to be appear, or the same package explorer is going to be continue for the new application also. So that is the question I am going to ask. If anyone knows, just
same package explorer, madam, but the application will be placed in a hierarchy manner.
okay, application will be placed in a hierarchy manner. That's correct. My question is, for each and every application, the same package explorer is going to be continue, or for every application, the package explorer will also be a different?
Package
For
different,
every
ma'am.
application, same package.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so 50% of students are saying that, almost 50% of students are saying that, okay, not only 50%, I can't imagine. Why? Because only 2 to 3 students are responding, right? Okay. So I know most of the students are having this type of doubt, right? So to avoid those type of doubt, so without giving any explanation, now I just hide this particular all the package explorer under this application. See, so this is the application I have created now, initially, okay, not now, initially I have already created. So within this same Eclipse platform, I have already suggested you one Eclipse has number of applications. Okay, it is not a, it doesn't has any restriction like one Eclipse platform has only one application. Okay, it doesn't maintain any restriction like this. Okay, so you can create number of Android applications here. So all the applications are located at left hand side. Okay, all the applications are located at left side under the package explorer. Okay, so now I'm going to create another question I'm going to ask. Suppose if I am going to create a new Android application, how many files will be generated for that? If I am trying to create a new Android application, how many files it is going to be generated?
Java file and XML file, ma'am.
Yes, very good. Java and XML. That means again two files will be generated, right? Okay, so now I am going to create Android application, one more Android application. So like I said previous, so if you want to create a new Android application, you just click on file, new, and Android application project. So now here I am going to give the project name called user. Okay, otherwise response. Those are not a predefined mark. You can give your own name. Okay, so here I am going to give a response like a application name. Why I have mentioned response is an application name means, so now I am going to show one task. Okay, so because of that reason here I just given a application name like this. Okay, response. So my application name is a response. Automatically the Eclipse platform is also be considered, the project name is also be a response. Okay, so automatically the package name also be a displayed. Okay, I just click on next. So don't do any changes under the SDK here. I just click on next. So don't make any changes within the configured project. So here also you just click on next. Okay, so here everyone knows, right? So if you want to place any application logo for your new application, so you can browse, okay, you can browse your own logo here. Okay, but I have already taught you. Suppose here I did for a response application, I didn't give any logo. Okay, I'm not interested to place any logo for response application. Okay, now my question is there any image will be displayed for response application or no image will be displayed? Here for my response application, I'm not interested to place any logo, any picture as a logo. Okay, so instead of image, is there any alternative to display or nothing will be displayed? That's the question I'm asking you.
Default Android logo will be displayed, ma'am.
Yes, very good. I have already taught you within the previous session, right? If you are not interested to place any image as your application logo, automatically it will display a Android logo as your image icon. Okay, so if you place any image, that image will be displayed like a application logo. If you are not interested to place any image, automatically it will take the Android logo is a default image icon. Okay, so you know already, okay, what is a default logo of an Android, right? See, it is a green color, it shows some symbols, right? It is a logo of an Android. So automatically it will take the logo, okay, the Android default logo as a application icon. Okay, so because of that variation, for yesterday I have already placed one icon, but now whatever the application I have created, for that application I didn't place any image. Why? Because I am trying to show the variation, that's it. Okay, if you want to place a foreground, that means crop and center. If you want to place your image somewhat zoom, you can click on crop. Otherwise, if you want to place your image on center, you just click on center like this. If you click on crop, if you click on center, automatically the difference will be appeared, right? Next, shape. So if you don't want any shape, you just click on none. Okay, if you want to place a square, you just click on square. On a circle, so whatever the logo you require, like that you can mention or you can specify your configuration here. Okay, simply I just placed that shape in a circle, that's it. And if you need any background color, automatically it shows white. So white is a default color for your application. Okay, so instead of white, if you want to place any color as a background, you can click on that particular white, so automatically color Sigma will be displayed. So now instead of white, now I am going to select another color and then click on OK. So like that my application icon will be ready. Okay, I'm just trying to click on next. So blank, so here it is a new application, that means you are going to do something. So definitely we require some blank activity. Okay, so in default blank activity will be selected, you just click on next and then finally finish, that's it. So everyone knows, right, how to create a new Android application. Okay, so I have already asked one question. So if I try to create one more new Android application, is the package explorer is same or different? Like that I have asked. Okay, see, now I am trying to expand the previous application also. See, for Disha has one package explorer. See, Disha has SRC, Gen, Android, Asserts, Bin, RES, Layout, Values. So like that it shows one package explorer. Okay. See, one more application also I have created. That is, the application name is a response. Okay, one more application also I have created. So for that application also it shows again SRC, general. I mean that means Gen, Assert, Bin, RES, values, layout, like that. For this application also it shows one package explorer. Okay, so I think anyone got the idea now. So is package explorer is same or different for all the applications? Is it true or false? Is it true or false? Package explorer is same for all the applications or not? It is not the same. Okay, so package explorer is different for each and every application. Why? Because okay, so why? Because each and every application has separate source code, separate user interface, at the same time separate libraries. Okay, separate pictures, what are the pictures you are going to work with. So like that each and every application has a different resources. So because of that reason, Eclipse is going to provide a wonderful feature, that is, for each and every application it is going to be generated different package explorer for easy development. Okay, for each and every application it shows a different package explorer for easy development for a particular developer. Okay, so now I'm going to hide the Disha application. It is already hidden. It shows only the response application package explorer. Okay, see, so if you observe here, two XML files and two Java files will be displayed. See, 1 and 3 are XML files and 2 and 4 are Java files. Okay, can anybody tell me? Now my question is, first XML, first Java, first XML, first two files are belongs to which application? At the same time, last two applications are belongs to which application? I think my question is clear to everyone. My question is clear to everyone, right? First two files are belongs to either Disha or response. which application. At the same time, 3-4 applications or 3-4 files are belongs to which application.
1-2 belongs to Disha, ma'am. 3-4 belongs to Explore. Sorry, Response.
Yes, very good. 1-2 belongs to Disa. At the same time, 3-4 belongs to
Response, ma'am.
Yeah, 3-4 belongs to response. Okay. Suppose if you are if you are not able to find, you can see. You can open Java files now. If you are not able to find, if you not know which file belongs to which application, so in that situation you can do one thing. Okay, that is you can open Java file. So in Java file, the first line it shows a package. Okay, first line every Java file starts with a package in Eclipse. See, so here the second Java file also starts with a package. At the same time, the fourth Java file also starts with a package keyword, right? If you are not know which file belongs to which application means the package name ends with the particular application name. That means the Java file belongs to that application. See, here the second Java file, the first line ends with a Disha. That means this Java file belongs to this application. Okay. At the same time, you can open the second Java file also. The first line ends with a response, right? The first line ends with a response. That means this Java belongs to response application. So this is the one way you are going to remember which Java file belongs to which application. Okay, for Java files it is very easy to identify. Then what about the XML file? XML file don't have any keyword like as a Java. Okay, XML file don't have any keyword like as a Java. Then how we are going to identify which XML belongs to which application means, okay, the Java file is placed at right hand side, right? The XML is placed at left hand side. Okay, you can verify left hand XML is belongs to that application. Okay, so left hand XML is belongs to that application. So this is the way you are going to identify which XML and which Java belongs to which application. So totally we are having 2 applications, right? Sorry, actually I'm not feeling well, so that's why I'm just muted some of the times. Okay, actually it has only 2 applications, right? That's why totally 4 files will be generated. Okay, so first 2 belongs to first application and last 2 belongs to last application. Okay, that means Eclipse has a future. It is going to maintain number of applications at a time. Okay, see, I'm going to zoom this particular. So what is the application icon I have placed here? I didn't place any image. Okay, I didn't place any image for this. So that's why automatically it is going to take Android application logo as a default. Okay, Android application logo as a default. For that application logo, I have placed pink color background image. Okay, pink color as a background color. Okay, I just placed it like this. So what is my application name? Response. Okay, so previously by default, so within the mobile screen, okay, so by default within this white screen it shows hello world. Okay, by default it shows like this. Okay, you can delete if you forgotten to delete this particular message, within the output also it will shows. For example, now I am going to run this particular application. If you want to run any application, what we require? If you want to run
Android
any
virtual device, ma'am.
yes,
Emulator.
yes, emulator, Android virtual device manager, AVD, all are same. Okay. I have already created one AVD, right? So no need to create separate AVD for each and every application. Okay. So if your Eclipse has one AVD, that's enough for all the applications. No need to create separate AVDs for separate applications. You can create it, that's your wish. Okay, like as your Turbo C editor. So in your Turbo C editor, you are going to execute number of C programs, but the compiler will be the same. The compiler will be the same. Like that, in your Eclipse platform, here we are going to create number of applications. Okay, here we are going to create number of applications, but the manager is the same. The manager name we are going to call it as a AVD. Okay, so now I'm going to execute the response application. So now I'm going to execute the response application. How to execute your application? You just right click, run as first Android application. That's it. So yesterday I have already created a AVD called Ramya, right? So same AVD was displayed here also. For AVD launching, it will take some at least 1 minute. Okay, so the emulator was already open. So like as your normal mobiles, it is asking lock, unlock. Okay, it will ask for locking. See, I just click on grid. That means all apps will be open. Yesterday I have already created Disha, right? So that's why it shows here. So what is an application I have created? Response, but it doesn't shows any response. But I have already executed response. Okay, so now I'm just expecting answer from you guys. I have already created response and Disha applications. Okay, yesterday I have already created Disha. It shows now within the emulator. It already shows Disha application now. See, within the third row, the second application is Disha. What I have created yesterday. Now I have already created response. The same application has executed now, but it doesn't shows any response application. What is the reason behind this? You just observe the emulator.
మ్యామ్ మనం ఐకాన్ ఏమి ఇవ్వనందుకు మ్యామ్.
But automatically it will take an Android application logo as an icon, right? See, in your workspace, in your white screen, or already it shows one icon. Okay, the same icon is displayed within the emulator also. The same icon is displayed within the emulator also. Okay, then no need to worry about the icon. The same icon here, it doesn't display, means within the output also it won't display. But in response application, it's already shows in a default Android logo, right? The same logo is displayed within the output also. That's not a reason, ma. That's not a reason. You just observe the emulator. You just observe the emulator. Why the response application is not displayed here, even though I have executed. You just take the time. Okay, you just think why, because these are the starting classes. Okay, we are having number of classes for AR and VR, even the lecture, practical and skilling. We are trying to inject the more knowledge. That's it. You just try to think why the response application is not displayed within the AVD or emulator. Both are same. But don't waste time. Please try to think. I have already executed.
Madam?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Students, there are many students are not attending the classes, like 10 members or 11 members are not attending some classes. See, I have an instruction now, all the students, if you are missing the classes, we can't provide attendance. Because this time I have to submit all the proofs. So if you miss the polling also, I am unable to give attendance. So some cases I can give no issues, but if you miss the class, then please don't come us for attendance. Ramya madam, we
Sir.
have to be little strict for that because attendance we have to be submit.
Okay, sir, sure.
Yes. So students, all of you attend the classes. Requesting you that in the last many classes I noticed that only 61 members are attending. If your friends are there, remaining members, please inform them to attend the classes. The monitoring team also taking attendance, so I can't do anything in that. So make sure you are joining the classes, you are submitting the poll, you are listening the class. So just for an information, I am here. That's it. Sorry, madam, for interrupting.
It's okay, sir. No problem. Okay, sir. Yeah, student, you just think why the response application is not visible at emulator. So that's the question I have already asked you. You just think, take at least 5 minutes of time. I'm expecting at least 10 answers from you guys. Whether it is correct or not, okay, we won't bother. At least we are expecting some answers from you. That's
Ma'am,
it.
is it because in the same project, ma'am?
Same project is nothing but same platform. Okay, Abhijit is trying to say this particular Eclipse has at a time 2 applications. Maybe because of that reason, the response application is not visible within the emulator. Is it right, Abhijit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, I am expecting few more. At last, finally, I am going to reveal the answer.
We have not run the application.
Already, we have run the application now. I have all okay. Okay, for your sake, I'm just closing the emulator once. Once again, I'm running the application. See, it is the application newly I have created. I just right click on response application. I'm running. See. Now also it is not visible. You just check here. I have already run response application also, but still it's not visible within the emulator. That's why I'm asking the reason. Okay. For emulator, for Android, for emulator launching, it will take a few seconds. See, now I'm just trying to click on all apps. Okay, all apps. See, here also we are unable to find the response application. So that's why I'm asking the reason. Okay, Abhijit already told, already communicated. I need another few more responses now. But these are all the basics. At least you just guess what is the reason behind that. Now only one student was responded. I need few more responses. Okay, I think all are unable to say the answer. Can I reveal the answer directly or else can I give the hint? Which one you are going to prefer?
Hint, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So students needs hint for that question. Okay, so I'm going to give hint for those question. So the question is, I have already executed response application, but it won't, emulator won't show response. Response application within the emulator. Okay, but no one has responded. The hint is you can observe Okay, the answer is within the emulator only. You can observe the emulator carefully. You can observe the emulator carefully. That's it. So if you observe the emulator, that means that the 5554 Ramya emulator, it already shows black color screen, right? If you observe the emulator carefully, easily you can find the answer.
We have to scroll up, ma'am.
We have to scroll up. Okay, wait. So like as your normal mobile, here also we are having 4 directions, right? See, it won't change, ma. Why? Because it won't work. See, here I'm just trying to click on all the directions, but it doesn't, it won't change, right?
Ma'am, is there any errors in the code, ma'am?
If there is any error, definitely it will show no, but it doesn't show any error. Remember one thing, ma, I forgotten to share with you. Okay, just sorry for the disturbance. I'm just giving one point. Okay, here. So if there is any error in your program, not only the Java file, not only the XML, if there is any error within the user interface also, the emulator, okay, emulator is not ready to open. Okay, simply if you are trying to open the emulator, it will shows your program, or if your application has some error. Okay, so before going to launch AVD or a emulator, before going to launch emulator, firstly you can rectify the errors whatever the application has. Okay, first you can rectify, then only you are going to you just try to open the AVD. Like that the message will be displayed. Okay, along with that particular message, within the logcat panel, that means the bottom area of your Eclipse. Logcat panel is nothing but the bottom area of your Eclipse. Okay, that means here. Okay, so like that. So within the bottom area of Eclipse, we are going to call it as a logcat panel. So whatever the error your application has, everything it will be displayed. But while running response application, it won't show not even a single error. The emulator is also be opened. Okay, that means your application not has any error. Okay, for AVD working means your application has no error. You just remember like this. Okay, next. So that means our application doesn't have any error. So that's not the answer. Next, I have already given a hint, ma. You just observe the emulator carefully. The answer is hidden behind the emulator only.
Ma'am, is it inside Disha app, ma'am?
No. See, applications are never overlap. Okay. Applications are never overlapped. It will be individual only. It's not hidden within the Disha app. No.
Ma'am, search for it, ma'am. There is a search option. Not there, but
Yeah. Okay, Abhijit already conveyed 60% answer. Definitely. Suppose if you want to search whether whatever the application you have created earlier, if you want to verify whether the application is visible within the emulator or not, if you want to search, you just click on the search. You have already know how the search option will be. You just click on search and here you search. So what is an application name? Response, right? See, if you are trying to search, automatically it will shows the response application, right? So this is our logo. This is the background color I have set earlier. So if you click on response, so what is the output for this? Hello world. Why? Because default it will shows hello world only. I can't delete this. Okay, I didn't delete this particular hello world text. So that's why within the output also it shows hello world. Okay, Abhijit, very good. 60% answer you already found. Okay, so the now my question is, so within the all apps, okay, so within the all apps, response application was not found. Okay, response application was not found. So that's why we are going to work with a search box. Okay, that's why we are going to work with a search option. Then only we are going to search whether our application is available or not. Okay, that's good. 60% answer we found. Now my question is, why it is not visible? within the emulator, why response application is not visible?
Ma'am,
It is-
press down arrow, ma'am.
Ma?
Down or right arrow in keyboard.
Okay, in keyboard down here. Okay, so in my laptop keyboard keypad, I am already pressing all the directions, but it's not working.
మ్యామ్ హోమ్ స్క్రీన్ లోనే సైట్స్ ఏమన్నా ఉందేమో మ్యామ్?
No, actually I have already given a hint, ma. You are thinking deeply. It's just like a basic question, but you are thinking, you are putting your efforts 100%. Okay, whatever it is, you just think finally I need an answer. I have already given a hint. The hint is you just observe the emulator carefully. That's it. That's my hint.
Ma'am, maybe the number of applications on that emulator limit was
Ma'am, is it in custom local?
No. For all apps, it doesn't have any limit. Okay, maybe it has a limit. Okay. Okay, but you are saying number of reasons, ma'am, but I need a basic reason. That's what I'm expecting from you.
మ్యామ్ ప్రెస్ ద హోమ్ బటన్ మ్యామ్ వన్స్.
Home button, okay. See, if I press the home button, definitely it will switch on to the back. Again, like this. If I click on all apps, again it will. If I click on home, it will go to back. That's it.
Ma'am, press again menu button, ma'am. In menu button.
Menu, okay. Then in menu, if I click on menu, it shows search, notification, and then setting. But I need response application. I don't know whether you students are feeling interesting or not. But I'm feeling very happy. Why? Because I'm whatever the answer I'm expecting from you, almost 90% are you given. At least you are thinking. That's it. Okay. Is there any option I need to press here? Once again, I'm reminding you just observe the emulator carefully. That's it. I just click on back, so that's it.
Ma'am, once you turn off the emulator and again means the switch off button is there, no ma'am? Just try it once. No, that's not ma'am.
This one.
No. Just once.
It okay. If I click on switch off, again it shows like this. Unlock. Wait. Like as unlock, again open all apps, it shows like this. Here only back option, volume option, home option, menu, back, search, directions, and then apps. Again I'm repeating the same. You just observe the emulator carefully, then only you can find the answer. That's it.
Ma'am, can we scroll over those apps, ma'am, with mouse?
With mouse, yeah, actually here I'm just scrolling, but it won't work. It shows only 16 apps at a time. Here I'm scrolling, but it won't work. Whatever you do, response application is not visible. That's it. That's the final answer. Whatever you do, response application is not visible. That is the correct answer. But I need the reason why it is not displayed. So that's the reason. That's it. I need the reason. I'm expecting answer from you. That's it. But no need to worry. You just think we are having a lot of time. Once again, I'm repeating. You just observe the emulator carefully. Ma, if you observe the emulator, it is very easy to find. It is very easy to find the answer.
Ma'am, what is D-pad, ma'am?
What is D-pad? Where it is available here? Okay, here. Okay, D-pad is nothing but like a directions bar. Direction pad. Left, right, top, bottom. Direction pad.
In Java file, should we have to enable anything, ma'am?
No. But don't go for any file. Okay, don't go with any file. The answer.
Is it
the-
related to alphabetical order or something like that, ma'am?
Could you please tell your name, ma'am? It displays only Chaudhary.
Tapasvi, ma'am.
Oh, Tapasvi, 243. Okay. Tapasvi finally found the answer. Okay. Whatever the Tapasvi says, that is the correct 100% answer. Okay. That's why I am saying observe the emulator carefully. Okay. So if you observe the emulator carefully, you can see what is the first application here? Alarm clock. So second application also starts with a. Third application is a browser. That means the application name starts with B. Okay. Next, calculator. That means C. A, B, C. Next, C has 5 applications, right? Calculator, camera, car home, contacts, custom local. So like that, C starts with 5 applications. Next, D has 2. One is predefined, one is user defined. This application only I have created, right? Like that, our emulator follows alphabetical order. Okay. So the my apps range is only 16. Okay. So within the emulator, the my apps range is only 16. You can count how many applications are displayed here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So totally how many rows are there? 4. So each row it has 4 applications, means totally 16 applications, right? So my application range is 16. Okay. At a time it shows only 16. Okay. So within the alphabetics, so R is placed mostly at last, right? So in my apps, as of now, it shows up to P. Okay, M N O P, Q R. After P only R will be appear. Okay, M N O P, Q and R. But the range is up to P. Because of that reason, it won't show response application. Is it clear now? So because of that variation, so initially I'm just trying to give user, okay, but for variation, instead of user I'm trying I just given the response. So because of that, it is going to follow the alphabetical order. So once the range is reached, the 16 application range is reached, the remaining applications are not displayed. Okay, but if you want to find that application, you just go with the search. Okay, you just type whatever the application you have created, you just type it here and then find. So finally, if you click on, the application output will be displayed. Okay, but the drawback here is your application is not visible at my apps. That's it. Apart of that, remaining everything was same. Is it clear, ma? So finally, Tapashvi, Abhijit, both are thought somewhat relevant. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Why response application is not displayed within the emulator? Is it clear to everyone? Or once again, can I teach? If it is clear, I will go with the next. Otherwise, once again, I'm just repeating the same. Why? Because in future, if you are trying to create any application, suppose that application is not visible within the apps, definitely you may get the doubt. So that's why I'm asking. If it is clear, it is okay. Otherwise, I'm trying to explain once again. Why? Because we are having number of sessions for this. So that's why. Don't think waste of time like that. For remaining students, only 2 students were responded. They have already understood. I need the response from the remaining students also. Okay, if anyone unmute except Abhijit and Tapasvi, if anyone unmute and then tell me the reason why the response application is not visible at emulator.
4 ఫిల్ అయిపోయాయి కదా మ్యామ్ అక్కడ 16 అవి సరిపోయి.
Okay.
దట్స్ వై మ్యామ్.
Okay.
Emulator follows alphabetical order, madam.
Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, you can say the answer like this. Okay, so in emulator, every application is located basing on the alphabetical order. Okay, so if the application range already 16 has reached, okay, 16 has reached, that means your application is not visible. Okay, if your application is not visible at my apps, then you can go with the search option and then find your application. You can see the output whatever the application has. Okay, see, majorly you can say the application alphabetical order, that's it. Why? Because Google is going to be release each and every Android version like in alphabetical order. Okay, so because of that, emulator is also be works in the form of alphabetical manner. Okay, so finally you can understood. Now I just minimize the AVD and zoom out the workspace also. Sometimes I may going to call it is a workspace also. Okay, so now the default text will be displayed within the white sheet is a hello world. White sheet, phone screen, sometimes people are used to call it like a workspace also. Okay, now I'm going to delete that. You just select and then delete, that's it. Okay, if you are forgotten to delete that particular hello world, that may be displayed like a output. Okay, that will be displayed like a output. Okay, so now here I'm trying to do one thing. So see, firstly I'm going to create a user interface. So for that user interface, I'm just trying to create what is the output I'm going to generate. Okay, so now like I said previous, firstly I'm going to see the previous output. Okay, firstly I'm just trying to execute the previous application. I'm going to explain what I am going to do now. If you forgotten to save your application while running, if you are trying to run that application, it will ask your application is modified. Okay, are you save the changes or not? Okay, so see, so this is my response workspace, right? Now I'm going to create some sample user interface like I said yesterday. So now I'm going to take, I didn't place any background image here. Why? Because you have already know how to place a background image. Okay, so if you want to place any image as a background, must and should you have to place that image on the desktop first once you download it from the net, and immediately you have to paste that particular image on res drawable folder. So you can place your image any one of the drawable folder among all these 5. Okay, so here I didn't place any image here. It's not a mandatory to place background image for each and every application. So if you need, you can set background image, otherwise you can ignore. Okay, so here I have already placed one plain text. So along with the one plain text, I am going to place one more. That means in my mobile screen, I have placed 2 plain text. Okay, 2 plain text user interface. So plain text is available under text field folder. Okay, under text field folder. So along with these 2 plain text, I am going to place one button. Okay, one button. So button is available at form widgets. You just click on form widgets. So buttons are available at form widgets folder. Okay, here I am placing one button also. Okay, so now I'm just trying to, I just click on save all. I have already given instruction instead of save. Why we should we prefer save all instead of save? Can anybody tell me the answer? Instead of save, why should we go with save all? Last sessions I have already told you. Instead of save, why should we go with save all?
మ్యామ్ ఇది కరెక్టో రాంగో తెలియదు మ్యామ్, కానీ సేవ్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం చేస్తున్న ప్రాసెస్తో కాకుండా మిగతా అవన్నీ కూడా సేవ్ అవుతాయి. సేవ్ అనేది మొత్తం మనం చేస్తున్న అదొకటి సేవ్ అవుతుంది మ్యామ్.
Yes, very good. That is the correct answer only. Okay. So if you try to click on save all applications will be saved. Okay. So in Eclipse, you can prefer save all only instead of save. Why? Because if you are trying to create any application, any Android application, for each and every application, it will generate two files, right? One is XML and next one is Java file. Okay. So this particular Eclipse has only two XML and two Java files. That means totally 4 files only exist. For example, if my Eclipse platform has, you just imagine like this. Okay, my Eclipse application, my Eclipse platform has 10 applications. So here only 2 applications will be there. So along with those 2, you just imagine 8 more applications also be exist. That means 10 applications. 10 application means how many files will be exist for those 10 applications? 10 into, for each applications 2 files will be generated, right? XML and Java. For those 10 files, totally how many files will be generated? Is my question clear to everyone? For example, my application has 10 applications. My Eclipse has 10 applications. That means how many files will be existed?
10 files మ్యామ్.
10 ma'am.
10 files మ్యామ్.
Listen my question carefully. Okay.
20 madam. 20 madam. For each application, one Java file and one XML file, madam.
Yes, Banu Sandeep, very good. Yes, not 10 ma. 10 means applications. Okay, each and every, if you try to create new Android application, automatically it will generate 2 files. One is XML, one is Java file. That means for every applications, 2 files will be exist. Okay, so like that, you just imagine along with these 2 applications, 8 more applications also be there. That means my Eclipse has totally 10 applications. Okay, if I have 10 applications, totally how many XML, how many Java files will be exist here? 10 into 2. Each application has 2 means 10 into 2, totally 20. 20 will be appeared. Okay, suppose if your Eclipse has 20 applications, 20 files, sometimes you may get confusion, right? Sometimes you may get confusion. Okay, so you may get confusion. So without avoiding those confusions, you can hide your application also. Okay, without deleting your applications, you may hide your application also. Okay, those and all I'm going to explain later. Firstly, I have already, okay, you can hide your applications also. So if you prefer save instead of save all, if you prefer save, it will save only one file at a time. Okay, it will save only one file at a time. That means if you are not able to find where the error will occur, if you are not able to find, in that situation you can go with save all. If you click on save all files will be saved. Okay, so because of that reason I'm just prefer save all for why? Because at a time we are working with number of files. Okay, so now I have already saved, I have already clicked on save all. Now I'm going to execute this response application. You can see what is an output it will shows. Once the output it shows, and what is the next task we are going to perform, I'm going to teach. So like as a previous, it doesn't show any response option. So now what we have to do, it won't show means you can go with the search. So it will display like this. Okay. So what is the user interface I have created for response application? Simply two plain text. So same like a workspace, same like a white screen. So within the white screen, what it shows, same will be displayed like an output, right? So it will shows two plain text along with one button, right? So the same will be displayed like an output. Okay. So I think everyone got an idea how to create a sample user interface within the white screen. Is it right? Everyone got at least minimum awareness on the user interface creation within the Eclipse platform. At least two plain text, one button, like that. At least a sample creation, just like for authentication. Okay. So now what I am going to do is, here two plain text will be visible at output, right? For example, it won't, here I can't perform any action, but I'm just showing the sample output, that's it. Here within the first plain text, I'm just trying to enter my name. Okay, so here totally this particular output has totally two plain text along with one button, right? So within the first plain text, I just try to enter my name. Okay, I have already entered my name. So I just click on back. Sorry, I just if I try to enter my name, automatically it will show the dictionary labels here. I just go with the, instead of capital, I just go with the small capital. Once you click on, you just click back. If you click on back, the keypad will be disabled. Like this. Okay. So now I'm going to do the task is, within the first plain text, I have already entered my name, right? If I click on button, okay, if I click on button, the same name whatever I have given within the first plain text, okay, if I click on button, whatever the text I have given within the first plain text, that will be displayed within the second plain text. Okay, that will be displayed within the second plain text. Instead of entering manual, if I click on button, the first plain text data is displayed within the second plain text also, second text field also. Is it clear to everyone? What is the task I am going to perform now? Is it clear to everyone? So within the first plain text, I need to collect the data from the user. Okay, I need to collect the data from the user, whether it is a name, phone number, or whatever it is. Okay, within the first plain text, I need to collect the data from the user. So what is the task I am going to do is, once I collected the data from the user, okay, so immediately I am going to perform some action. So if you want to perform any action, definitely we are going to work with a button user interface. Okay, so if I click on button, whatever the data I have collected from the user within the first plain text, that will be displayed within the second one also. So that is the task I am going to perform. So is the task is understandable to everyone? If it is understandable, I am going to show the practical. Basing on Java file, how we are going to perform that particular action, I am going to show. Firstly, you must identify the task, what I am going to perform. Is it understandable? If the task, if you are able to understand the task, I will show the practical. At least you just respond whether it is understand or not. Okay, next. Lakshmi posted next. Okay, Megan also posted. Simply the task is, whatever the data given by the user, the same data is also be displayed within the second text box. When it is displayed means whenever the user click on button. Okay, whenever the user click on button, then only the text will be displayed within the second box. What text it will displays? Only the first text box data. If I click on button. So that is the task I am going to perform here. Okay, so now I'm minimizing the emulator. So third and fourth, that means XML, third XML and fourth XML belongs to response, right? So within the third XML, I have already created a sample user interface, right? So if I click on button, the text will be displayed at the second field. Okay. If I click on button, something is going to be happen, right? If I click on button, something is going to be happen. So if you want to perform any action, where you are going to write the data, where you are going to write the instructions, definitely Java file only. Only the user interface was created based on XML file. Okay, actions, everything will be performed on through Java file only. Okay, so for response, it is the Java file. How we are going to identify whether the Java file belongs to response application or not? You can see. So this Java file also starts with a package. Okay. This Java file also starts with a package. This will ends with a name called response, right? Okay, this will ends with a name called response. That means this Java file belongs to this response application. Okay, so now you can observe this particular Java file carefully. Okay, so now how many packages here? So within this particular Java file, how many packages are here? Ma, how many packages are here? So Java file starts with import java.io.star in Java programming language. That means package starts with a keyword called import, right? So based on that, how many packages are here? So within this particular Java file.
One, ma'am.
Yeah, only one, right? So packages starts with a keyword called import. So here within this particular Java file, only one package will be there. That is a bundle. That is a default package. Okay. So you can observe here before the package. Okay. So before the package, it shows one plus symbol. Okay. Before the package, it shows one plus symbol. You just try to click on that plus symbol. So previously it shows only one package, that is bundle package only it shows. If I try to click on plus symbol, automatically it shows two more packages, right? One is activity and next one is menu. Okay, so simply you can say these three are the default packages for each and every Java file. Okay, so these three are the default packages for each and every Java file. Okay, so now I'm just trying to open the Java file for Disha application. You can see bundle, activity and menu. For these application also we have these three. See, for these application also the same packages will be exist. Bundle, activity and then menu. Okay. So these three are the default packages for each and every Java application. Okay. So along with those three packages, now additionally I am going to add three more packages. You can see. Okay. So within the Eclipse, widget plays a very important role. Okay. So before going to discuss about widget, we have already know what is meant by a valid. Normally, boys or girls, everyone is using valid, right? What is the usage of valid generally? If you know the functionality of valid, the same will be applied to widget also.
It is an equipment to use it to store the values, ma'am, or money.
Okay.
Values.
Okay, very good. Yes, normally in general we are carrying some valid. Valid is nothing but just like a simply technically I am going to call it like a container, right? It contains something. Valid contains something. Whether it is a money, gold, whatever it is, it contains something. Okay, so like that in Eclipse platform, widget is just like a container. Okay, widget is just like a container. What it contains means it contains all the user interfaces. So previously I have already taught, right? So if you try to open XML file, see within the palette it shows number of user interfaces. Okay, progress bar, spinner, text field, layouts, composite, images, time and date, transactions, like that it shows number of user interfaces under the palette, right? So all the user interfaces will be contained by widget container only. Okay, so simply you can say widget is a parent class for all the user interfaces. If you want to work with specific user interface, before itself you need to access widget. Okay, or otherwise you can say like this, widget is a container like as a wallet. Okay, so instead of the remaining things, widget contains all the user interfaces. Okay, widget is a container for all the user interfaces. So if you want to access any one of the user interface, first you can declare widget is a package. Okay, is it understand for everyone? What is the usage of widget? Is it understand? No one is responding. I think today class is very boring. I think so.
No, ma'am. We responded in chat box, ma'am.
In chat also, okay. You only responded. Okay, so simply you can remember widget is a parent class for all the user interfaces. Okay, so here I'm just trying to add 3 more packages along with the default packages. Import android.widget. Okay, so yellow color means whether it is error or warning.
Warning, madam.
Warning, ma'am.
Yes, if it shows red color means it is a error. Okay, if it shows yellow color means it's a warning. If it is a warning, no need to worry about that, simply you can ignore. Okay, so here I have written one package called edge effect. Okay, edge effect is also one of the user interface. That's why before this particular edge effect user interface, I have include a package called widget container. Okay, so if I access widget, then only the edge effect is ready to work with a particular customer. Okay, what is the usage of edge effect? Simply I can say edge effect is used for displaying the output. Okay, edge effect is used for displaying the output to the particular customer, whatever the user interface here we are going to create. So basing on XML file, whatever the user interface here we are going to create, that user interface will be displayed to the customer basing on edge effect user interface only. Okay, so simply you can say the output will be displayed basing on edge effect. Okay, so because of that purpose, here I have additionally added edge effect also. Okay, next one. So within the XML file, what is the user interface I have added? These two we are going to call it as, what is the user interface I have dragged and dropped here? It is a plain text, right? It is a plain text. See, within the XML, the backend code is generated or not, you can just check. I'm just trying to open XML file. See, plain text or edit text both are same. This is the only one user interface has two names, plain text or edit text. This is the one and only user interface has two names. Remaining everything was same. Okay, so within the user interface here, there we have drag and drop two plain text, right? So that's why within the XML file, automatically the backend code will be generated for those two text fields, right? Plain text or edit text both are same. Okay, among all the user interface, this is the one and only user interface has two names. Okay, so this is the code for first plain text. This is the code for second plain text. So along with those two, I have already added button also, right? So this is the button code. Automatically it will generate. No need to write the code. Okay. Okay, so what is the name it will shows here for plain text? Edit text. That means here we are going to work with a edit text user interface, right? That means you need to import that edit text also. Whatever the user interface you are going to work with, you need to import there. That's it. Import Android dot widget dot. So I have used edge effect, right? Sorry, edit text. See, for this also it shows warning, you just ignore. So within the XML file, I have already added edit text. Plain text also called as edit text. But in XML it shows instead of plain text, it shows edit text, right? So that's why instead of plain text, I have added within the Java file like a edit text. Okay, edit text is also one of the user interface. Okay, so for all the user interfaces, who is the parent class? For all the user interfaces within the widget. Yes, widget, right? So if before going to access that particular user interface, first you can import that parent class. The parent class for all the user interfaces is a widget. So that's why first I have imported widget. Next one is a edge effect. Sorry, edge effect, at the same time edit text also. Okay, and finally I'm going to import Android dot view dot capital view. Okay, so at last I'm adding, I have already added view dot capital view. Can anybody tell the difference between small view, the first view and the second view? Is it same or different? Definitely it is different, so that's why I have imported twice. Okay, so what is the difference between those two, first view and small view and capital view?
Small VB is package, ma'am. Capital VB is a class, ma'am.
Yes, very good, Ravtesha. Okay, small view is a package. We have already know the definition of a package, right? Package is a collection of classes. Okay, package contains different things, but among all those, package also contains classes, right? Collection of classes package has. Okay, first view, small view is a package. Okay, within that particular package has a class called capital view. Okay, what is the usage of this package? Why should we import this particular view package means? So the difference between edge effect and view package is edge effect is used for displaying the output within the emulator. Okay, so we have already created a user interface within the mobile screen. That means a white space. Okay, within the white space we have already created some user interface. The same will be displayed like a output within the emulator. That means the connection between the white space and emulator screen, the connection between those two, the communication is going to be provided by the edge effect. Okay, the communication in between the white screen, that means the mobile screen and the emulator, for both the communication is going to be provided by edge effect only. Okay, because of that reason we are going to import edge effect here. Then what is the usage of view is nothing but as a third person I am going to install your application. You have already created one application, Disha or Response, whatever the application you have created, simply I have downloaded your application into my mobile. Okay, I need to view your output. What is the output you have created? I need to show your output. Okay, so if you are not imported view package in your laptop, I am unable to see your output. What is the output you have created? I am unable to see. As a third person, I am unable to see your output. Why? Because in your Java application, in your Java file, we are not imported view package. If you imported view, then only the third persons are ready to view your output. Okay, I think all are able to understand the difference between the edge effect and view. Okay, so for this I am going to stop this session. The continuation will be continued by the next class. Okay, I think again Monday you are having the class, right? Okay, so whatever it is, are you able to understand the difference between the edge effect and view? Can anybody tell me the difference between edge effect and view? At least anybody, at least one member. I'm expecting answer from at least one student. No.
Ma'am, edge effect is for communication between emulator
Yeah,
and
communication in
point screen,
between.
VV is
Edge effect is
for
for
viewing the
displaying the
application out.
One at a time. Okay. Okay, Rohit already posted. Okay, at least one student unmute and say the answer. Then I will wind up the session.
madam, edge effect.
Yeah, tell.
Edge effect is used for displaying the output, madam. Whereas we use
Okay.
for communication between the white screen and the emulator, madam.
A widescreen and emulator communication is going to be provided by either edge effect or view.
View.
No, you are reverse. You can say the answer in a reverse manner, ma'am. Okay. So communication between edge effect, emulator and widescreen is going to be provided by edge effect. Okay. If any of the third party wants to view your output, okay, that facility is going to be provided by view package. For example, Disha and Response, I have already created 2 applications in Eclipse platform, right? Those 2 applications I have already available in Play Store. Okay, those 2 applications are already available within the Play Store. Now I have already installed Disha application, but I am unable to see your output. So what is the output Disha application has? I am unable to see. Why? Because while creation of that particular application, user doesn't import that view package. Okay, so because of that reason, I am unable to see the output of Disha application. If the developer imports view package, I can see. I am able to see the output. Okay, so because of that purpose, every application has view package also for third party purpose. Okay, so if the students if you are able to understand, means it's very good. Otherwise I can continue with the next session. So within the next session, once again I am going to teach the usage of edge effect, at the same time view package. So once it is done, next I will go with the next part. Okay, thank you guys. Naveen sir.
Madam, thank you, madam. See, how is the class going on, students? I think continuous classes, no? Maybe that is the reason, madam. All are
Okay, sir.
yes, continuous from 1:30 onwards. All are sitting here. That is the issue.
Oh, okay, sir.
Students, please answer your attendance. I have posted the link in chat box. Please, all of you submit your attendance. Madam, by that we can wind up the session.
Okay, sir.
And we have again class on Monday, next Monday, students.
Ma'am, advance Happy New Year.
Thank you. Same to you.
Only for madam, not for me. No,
Sir,
Happy New Year.
advance Happy New Year, sir. Not only madam.
Happy New Year, all of you.
Thank you, sir. Wish you the same.
You all in next year.
Sir, let us meet in next year, sir.
Yeah, we'll meet all of you in the next year. I don't know, today's class sessions, both lecture and practical sessions, were too much boring or not. I don't know. Whatever it is, please feel free to comment in our WhatsApp group. No issues. So thank you one and all joining, and we will wind up the session. Please post your attendance as well.
Okay, sir. Naveen sir, I'm leaving the session, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
sir.
madam. Okay, madam. Thank you, madam. And
Okay, sir.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, sir. Same to you.
Okay, ma'am. Students, please all of you respond attendance.